Kingdom Radio
for my life.
Kingdom Radio.
So thankful. You've been faithful, Lord. Because of you I stand tall. Alpha and Omega. I don't know what I've done to deserve your love. An immortal like me, immortal like me. You broke my chains, Lord, I'm free as Lord. I'm thankful for this, Lord. I'm thankful for this love. I got my jaggy, my feet, baby, from baby, oh yeah, when the blue sin, Malite no gugu, Pogi is a mo, Chikuama, Obogine Dumo. Na ekele, mama ekele.
All the things you do, you make it all way for me. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I'm thankful now. Give you more. It up my way. Alpha and Omega, awesome creator. I don't know what I've done to deserve your love. A memorable like me, a memorable like me. You broke my chains, Lord, I'm free. I thank you for this. Thank you, Father. I thank you for the love. I got my dog in my sea, Ebi, onye mwembulishe, malite n'ọbụbụ, mmadụ na-azamo Chukwuoma, ọ bụghị na-edumo, nara ekele, mama ekele. Lord, I'm thankful for your love. I'm thankful for your grace.
Kingdom Radio.
When I said my foot was sleeping, I fell in love, help me. Seemed to hope when light was missing. But
Kingdom Radio.
Hello, everyone. We're back again on Voice of an Angel. Yeah, the voice of an angel. Like we said earlier, the world is full of voices of wonderful angels. And we want to be able to capture each one as much as we can. We will want to capture them to see, to show you that there are things happening in the world. You have to be aware of them. So Voice of an Angel is a show to be able to portray the goodness of God, the work of God. God is still doing things through us. So today we have a very special guest. Her name is Adetutu Vessel of God, VOJ. So she's going to be here today to let us know what God has been doing with her all this while. She's been in the ministry for so long, singing and praising God in her own way, changing her generation for God, and leaving a landmark even when she's gone. So we're going to invite her in now, Sister Adetutu. Can you come in, please?
Kingdom Radio.
Okay.
Kingdom Radio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah! Carlo, how are you?
How are you too?
I'm good. It's nice to have you on the show, Sister Adetutu.
Good to see you again after like donkey years.
Oh my God, that's true. We met at the awards, at the Kingdom Radio Awards. We were there in Sweden. That's true. That was the first time we met face to face.
Face to face, yes. Yes. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you, my dear. It's nice to have you on the show. It's very wonderful
Thank
to have you today.
you. Thank
So before
you.
we go on, we want you to introduce yourself a bit. Tell us a little bit about who Adetutu is.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so I'm not totally new. My name is Adetutu Vessel of Jehovah, and yeah, Adetutu VOJ. I am a gospel artist. I would say I wear many hats. Um, I am a career woman. I am a mental health advocate. I am a mentor to young people, especially females, because I believe that, or we all believe that it's a male-dominated world, and we have to help women and ladies to come up. And a Christian, a child of God, someone who is working hard to ensure that Jesus Christ is preached through gospel, especially to the younger generation, because things are changing these days. So that is me in a nutshell. And I'm also a mom. Most people don't know that.
That's
Most people,
wonderful. From what the little you've said already, I know already that you're already changing your generation. You're already leaving a legacy already. You're doing great things for the Lord already. Okay. That's wonderful. Wonderful to know. So today we have these cards that we want you to be able to
wow.
pick a number, and then we ask you a question behind that number. Okay. So we're going to start off now. What number do you want?
Okay. 3 is Trinity. Number 3.
Ah, wonderful. Okay. Number 3. So, in your journey so far, first of all, before we go into the journey, we want to ask you, how long have you been singing for so that we understand where we're coming from? How long have you been singing for?
Okay. Okay. I would say that I've been singing for like let's say from 2010, but just in the choir, but professionally. And then from 2010, I'd say yeah, just go to other churches, do Thanksgiving, but I never thought of anything professional. No, but professionally, that will be 2017. So that's 4 years. But
Ah,
before
that's great.
then, I've been
Ministry. Okay. I love your song, the
yes.
one we just listened to now, Thankful. Very
Yeah,
beautiful song. I love it.
thank you.
It was a very nice song. Yeah. So now we're going to the question, number 3 question. It says, in your journey so far, what has been the most challenging project you have handled?
Okay, for me, I would say it's the very first one. God showed up. I guess because it was my very first one. I didn't really, I had experience with singing, but going to the studio, this was the first time. And my friend that kind of like told me into the line, it was quite, he's a very good motivator, but it was like I had a lot of things to do it. It was quite challenging having to write. I'd never written, in my life. I had to write. It was like I had a lot of work to do, and I had to go to work to have to look after children, and I had to every Saturdays I had to go to the studio. I had to go for rehearsal, so it was really challenging. And then my language in Igbo language is not so 100%. So I also had to, get someone to help me with some words, help me with some words with the translation, the Onyedika. Yeah, I know that one. Then the Uzo and things like that. So it was really challenging because it was like my first time, no experience, a lot of work for me. But after that, yes, I started easing into it, knowing what it is to be in the studio. Because going to minister in the church is totally different from when you're in the studio. The way you have to sing into the microphone. Oh no, this you stand this way, you do that. So it was kind of like strange and challenging. So I guess the first time is always a bit tough, and afterwards,
Yeah,
one just slides into it.
that's it. That's true. And from the beginning, it looks
Yeah.
like you were like you went into diversity. You didn't you started singing diversity of languages from the beginning of your
Yeah.
ministry.
Yes, and that's because that's why the fact that I live in the UK, I'm someone who still believes in my roots, in my language. Now I'm Yoruba, but I grew up learning to speak Igbo. And I think that's why I had a bit of challenge, because the Igbo that I learned to speak is the Delta Igbo. And people are like, no, you have to use the correct Igbo, the main, is it Anambra or Imo Igbo? So, but apart from that, I'm someone who still believes in my roots, in my culture, in my language. I ensure that my children speak Yoruba in the house. We don't speak English, So that's why with my first music, I just brought it into it. We're thankful it is there. And then there's one that will be coming out very soon. It's not just purely English. So, but so that's just me. So you won't be, don't be shocked if I release any single and then there is another language in it, probably with English. That might be the Pidgin English, that might be Yoruba or Igbo. Some people have been challenging me to add some outside, even though one word in it, but I might have to learn. So that's me for you.
Yeah, that's great. When we're talking about mixing the songs with languages, really, I remember I saw what's his name? Israel Houghton once sing a song in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? He mixed his song, Te amo, I love you with all my heart. So,
yeah, that's
been going on. It's just not something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we should also remember that there are some Christians out there who don't just speak English, and we can't just say, yeah, you have to just listen to English gospel songs. No, there has to be other languages, and that's why we have diversity. So we can decide to bring in a little bit of the languages, mix all the languages together to make one. That's the beauty. That's the beauty.
And there's actually beauty in mixing the languages in a song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It gives it another dimension and another sound. It makes it
Mm-hmm.
more. For me, I think it really makes it sound so rich and so diverse. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Good.
Yes,
it is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pick another number instead. Adetutu.
Okay, let me choose number 7.
Number 7. So what is number 7 all about? 3 is for Trinity. 7 is for what?
Yes, 7 is for perfection and rest.
Oh, that's it.
God rest.
Perfect. God rested on the 7th day.
On the 7th
That's it. Yeah. So in your journey of compositions, have you noticed changes also in the way you compose your songs? Have you noticed any changes from when you started till now? Has there been improvement or has there been changes? And also in your presentation, has the presentation changed or is still the same way?
Okay. Well, they always say that change is the constant thing and in life, and one has to progress. When you give birth to a child today, in the next 1 year, the child is not a baby. The child is already crawling and walking. In about 3 years, the child is in school. So I believe in change and development. I don't expect to be writing songs in 2021 the way I was writing in 2017 when I started. Yes, I know that there is a change, because even when Thankful came out in 2018, people were like, "Oh, Adetutu, we like Thankful. It's like higher than God showed up that you did. You have really matured." And I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you. We give God all the glory. I'm working on myself, the composition, and I'm getting people who are, screening it for me. People who are more knowledgeable in music, who are screening it. Yes, telling me about, no, this doesn't rhyme. There's something in music. The words have to blend and things like that. And even right now, there's a new song that I'll be releasing, and it's coming out very soon. It's totally different. I'm sure people will be like, "Wow, this is on another level completely." So one has to mature. One has to move. I have to be able to look back at God showed up, and then I should be able to say, "Oh, was that really me? Oh, no. This was something very funny." So I believe that I have metamorphosized. I have moved higher, and it's just the start for me. I intend to also move higher and get better and better, because everything is dynamic. Change has to happen. One has to get better. You can't stay on the same level, which I believe I am doing.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So another question.
Okay, so number 1.
Okay, number one, we've already answered number one because you told us how long you've been in the ministry for. Okay.
Okay, all right. So let me choose number 9.
Number 9. Let's look for number 9. That's it. Okay. What is the nicest thing a fan has told you that has motivated you in your journey as an artist?
Okay, I think it will be. I like your hair. Yeah,
As
and
that
that and that is because I get a lot of comments from people. There was a time in I think 2015, the first time I ever dyed my hair a bit gold. I got a lot of discrimination from people. Oh, why did you color your hair? You're gonna go to hell. You know, you have made a hairstyle, a hell bound hairstyle and things like that. So I am used to discrimination from people based on the outside look. I know people look at you and they're like, especially Africans, and that's the truth. And I guess it's because we bring culture into it. It's believed that as a woman, you shouldn't make your hair gold. And then my question is, even Jesus said that most of us, the Pharisees, they were looking more into the outside. Have you looked into me? Have you looked into if I am a sinner, if I am fornicating, if I am a gossip? When I leave church, am I the one who will start cursing people? Are you more interested in the color of my hair or the color of my heart and the color of my spirit? So I get a bit skeptical when I'm going anywhere, but then it is what it is. So when a fan came and said, "Oh, I love your song and I love the color of your hair," she's young, and I realized that yes, I think it's the older generation, and that's the truth, who kind of like discriminates and kind of judge. But when I see that, yeah, for me, as long as because the world is changing now, it's the youth that we are losing, which is the truth. The older generation, we know Christ already. Nothing can take it away from us. But the youth, there's so much out there, social media, they are falling a lot. So if I'm able to, one way or the other, bring them back to Christ, if a youth can say, "Oh, I love your hair," and was able to now go in, yes, oh, that's beautiful. You can be beautiful, but don't go beyond it. The most important thing is your heart. However, even if you want to be beautiful, that does not mean because I said you can be beautiful, then you begin to now do something beyond and above. Everything is not allowable. Everything is not permissible. And permissible. So these are things that one has to use wisdom in. But that was the comments that really got to me. And I guess because at that time I was getting some not too pleasant comments and judgments. I think that's why it's really blessed me. I'm liking the comments there. Some people are saying, "Yes, beautiful, you are amazing." I'm the kind of don't rely on side look. I don't at all. We tend a lot to judge based on the outside look. But then I just ask people, so you prefer someone, oh, she's got shuku, she has woven her hair the way you expect a traditional woman to weave her hair. However, what kind of Christian is she? Is she someone who curses? Is she someone who steals? Is she someone who gossips? Is she a slanderer? You're not bothered about that, but because she has shuku, all black. Oh, come on, no. We need to move. There has to be a paradigm shift. There has to be a paradigm shift. Mm.
Okay.
Thank
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Now, I want to ask you a question before we listen to one of your fans tell us a little bit about, your ministry. Have you found yourself reinvent yourself in this ministry, in this singing ministry? Reinvent yourself, from what you were before, reinventing, changing yourself.
Yes, and this has happened now. With the new track that is coming out, it's for me, I'm targeting towards the youth. I'm targeting towards the youth. And I got inspiration from another artist, Shionware, because we find out that our youth, yes, they are Christians, but then they dance to so many music because for them, gospel music is boring. So I'm beginning to reinvent myself like, okay, what can we do? How can we make it more interesting? How can we make it attractive to our youth so that we don't lose them to the other side? So yes, the answer to that question is yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So now, I think your producer was supposed to listen to your producer say something, but he wasn't able to come in today. But he dropped
Mhm.
some few words about your ministry, how that you guys have worked together for some time, and he has found that your songs have been improving from one level to the other. He has noticed that your thinking is, not the way it used to be. Yes, and with his own inputs in it, he knows that you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going higher and higher. He only gave very good recommendations about your music, which is very good. He wasn't able to come in today
Mhm.
because of some of the other engagements that he had, but still, at
Yeah.
least he was able to drop one or two good words about you, which is very
Yeah.
good. Okay. So
Yes.
now we're going to
Great.
listen to your fan, a fan of yours. Tell us a little bit about your music. Let's have the fan talk to us.
Okay.
Kingdom Radio.
Hi, my name is Abiso Ishoye. I believe I belong to the global community of Adetutu VOJ's fans. You know, what I think about her music, her songs are very inspirational. The way she composes her music, her lyrics, the way she delivers her songs. Flesh couldn't have delivered all these things to you, Adetutu, I believe so. And I have a special testimony about her songs. God Showed Up, that's her first album. Yeah. This has been my inspiration because the music talked about how God showed up for her in a difficult situation, in her struggle. And whenever I feel down, whenever I feel tired, I just listen to this music and feel my energy again. Thank you for recording that music, Adetutu. Thank you very much. I've been a fan since forever, since I can't remember, since day one. I love Adetutu VOJ. Okay. Okay, the song I love the most. Wow. Well, it used to be God Showed Up because of my testimony, but now I believe I'm loving, thankful. Yeah, thankful. That I'm thankful the song she did with Pastor Gabriel Ziashi. For my victories, for my life, Lord, I'm thankful, so thankful. This is an appreciation post for you, Adetutu VOJ. Thank you for being you. Thank you for doing music. Thank you for allowing God to use you to deliver this gospel to us. It couldn't have been anybody, I swear. It couldn't have been anybody. Thank you. And I want you to know we love you. And I pray God continue to strengthen you. God continue to give you more inspiration. I love you.
Oh my God. That was a wonderful one. Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, it's very wonderful to have people like that with you as fans, as friends, people that follow
Yeah.
your ministry. It
Mhm.
encourages you as an artist.
Yeah.
It does
Like they
encourage you.
say, my head was swelling.
That is awesome, really awesome, very wonderful. So Adetutu, I want to ask you a question. What would you
Okay.
say, since you've been in this ministry or before you started singing, there must have been some artists, that have actually influenced you. Some old-time artists that have been singing for a long time, some that are still singing now. Do you have any such people that have influenced your ministry as an artist?
Mm. I love Sinach. I love her. I love the simplicity. Because when I listen to songs, I don't like I call it like I don't want to use the word drama, but I just love her simplicity and the fact that her songs they minister to me. Another person I found started following along the line is Victoria Orenze. Oh, I love the way she worships. I just love her. So those two. So first it's Sinach, and then Victoria Orenze, and then abroad we call it, yeah, okay, we are in the abroad. Then people who are not like Africans, um, but it's mostly Sinach. It's mostly Sinach. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
that's wonderful. So now, have you seen yourself like singing like these people, or you have your own originality?
Well, I have my own originality. However, um, there was a time in, I think, before I started going professionally, maybe when I sing in church, some people just make comments say, "Oh, you're singing like Sinach." I guess it's because I've listened, and listened, and before you know it, you begin to do that. Oh, you're singing like Sinach. Oh, we like the way the rendition of "Great Are You, Lord." Oh, we love it. You're singing like Sinach. But I believe that I don't do that now. There should be an originality, and because people are different, there is no way there won't be something different about you that people will pick up. I just believe that. So I believe that, yes, I love her. I listen to her songs. I love Victoria Orenze. There may be some little similarities, but I believe that I have my own originality. Like now, people always say, "Oh, we know when you're singing, like when you're worshiping, there's a way you do your hand," and even me, I don't even notice. Which Sinach is so simple; she doesn't even do that. Yeah, that there's a way you shake your hand. There's a way you move your hand. It's funny. And sometimes I go back to the video, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. When did I do that? And it happens over and over again. So I think it's just me, this hand. I think it's the left hand. So people will tell your left hand. So there is my own originality, which I'm also seeing. And yeah, I still see them as, role models. Especially, yeah, both of us, I still see them as role models. And I love them. I love them. I love them. Yeah.
Okay, now in this ministry that you've been into, looking back at the journey you've taken so far, what part of it will you say has really been so intense for you that made you feel like, yes, I'm in the right place, I'm doing the right thing?
All right. I would say I believe God has set this aside for me. God has prepared me for this. Because the funny thing is, when I was in Nigeria, I was never in the choir. I was an usher. I used to sweep and wash the toilets, and I did it so well. But I knew I could sing. But it was never in my that she would be, holding a mic one day. It was never. And then I came into the UK, and then one way or the other, I started singing. I joined the choir. I only joined the choir because my husband was a choir leader. And it was like, you have to join. And okay, let's just do it because of you. And from there, he started doing the voice trainings for me. So if I'd not married him, probably I would still be an usher, washing toilet, which I still do. To be honest, I love it. So, but I believe that God was preparing me one way or the other. God knew, okay, I will incubate you from Nigeria. I'll just keep cleaning toilets, which will teach you humility, because you will need humility in music ministry. I guess that's why I was washing the toilets. Anybody can come talk to me anyhow, no problem. I guess I learned humility and how to zip it from there. And then I started doing, my voice trainings, getting to know more about music, learning to play the keyboard, even though at the end of at some point I left it. And then from there, I joined the choir, and then some people started knowing me, and I would go minister just out of joy. I was doing. I never knew professionalism would come into it one day. I was just doing it out of joy because yes, I could do it, and I could do it so well. Well, not really so well, but at least we all did try, as we all say. So I think that's it.
And this journey, how has it been for you? Have you loved it, or you're still loving it, or what's happening in the ministry?
I am still loving it. You know, especially they would always say about jobs, do something that is like your hobby. Because when you're going to work, you should be happy that yes, I'm going, not necessarily because of one salary, but because this thing is something that you love. I am loving it. I have loved it. I am loving it. And I will still continue loving it because it doesn't cost me anything. Right now, I'm in a program. We're having a women's program, and I've just ministered. I'm going back to do my second session. You know, it's a Saturday that I'm supposed to be sitting at home and sleeping. But then, because it's something that I love, I'd rather just, do it, and it gives me joy. You know, for some people, they say when you exercise, you have the happy hormones. For me, it's the singing and the dancing that releases the happy hormones. And then with the singing and the dancing, you lose calories, you even lose weight. So it's all encompassing for me. I just love it. It's the love. It gives me joy. Joy, not happiness. So it gives me joy. It comes from within. It gives me joy. It gives me strength. So I'll keep loving it. There is
Okay.
no regret, no regrets, no
No
going back.
regret. No
No
regrets at
regrets,
all. No regrets at all.
no
That's
regrets.
wonderful. That's wonderful. It's been
No
wonderful.
regrets. Thank
It's been so nice talking to you, Adetutu. So before we go, I want to be able to ask you some. Do you have any group of people or anybody that you appreciate in this your ministry that have been a very vital part? Do you have people that you want to appreciate, in this ministry that you've been into?
Wow, that's the menu. Number one, you. Because even before we met face to face, I don't even know how we clicked. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I,
So there's
I think
I don't remember.
it was
That's the
true
truth,
stars of our generation. True stars of our generation.
Okay, I don't even remember how we click out one way or the other. So, but I want to thank. There's so many people. First, the guy who made me who made me come into this because I never knew I could write songs. I never knew I could, just come professionally. His name is Chris Adu. Is also on Facebook. If he's watching this, I always say thank you to him. He really he kind of like paved this way for me, and I'm continuing. Like making the ground easier now and more walkable. And then I want to thank so many other people, so many other ministers, Mujisola Music, Kylie Bukolo, they've been there, Shola Simbal, Tosin Oyelaki. We traveled to Sweden together, came back to London together. You know,
I
is there.
remember.
That
Yeah.
is so many people. In fact, there are too many to count. That's the truth. So many people. I want to say thank you. They have helped me to hold my head high. Even during the days that I had depression, these are people that still believed in me. They helped me when I was sinking. So many, they helped to raise my hands. They really helped. So many to count, so many. I can't, if I begin to mention names, I will skip some names out of error. So many. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. People
Okay.
who they believe in me. And even that my fan, Bisoyi, he is just that guy is just amazing. He is everything amazing.
Wonderful. Okay,
He
Adetutu.
is.
So
Thank
if
you.
people want to see you, if you want to connect with you, how can they connect with you? Where can they see you?
Yes. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Adetutu Vessel of Jehovah, and I have a Facebook page also, Adetutu VOJ. On Twitter, I am at Vessel of Jehovah. On Instagram, at Vessel of Jehovah. YouTube is Adetutu VOJ. And a new single is coming out very soon. Before the second, I won't say the dates. I'll just keep, releasing it just like that. It is ready. We'll be shooting the music video next week. We're releasing the track. It is totally different. I think I posted something this morning. It's totally different. Something different from the ordinary. So thank you, everyone. You can keep following. Watch out for this space. Something great is happening. And God bless every one of us in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Adetutu VOJ is a multi-award winner, multi-talented artist, and she has been here on the show today to tell us a little bit about her journey. We wish we could go on. I know there's a lot to still talk about, but we don't have that time today. I guess another time we're coming again and we'll talk more about what the Lord
Yeah.
has been up to with you and how you are influencing and making a legend out of your generation and a legend out of yourself in this time that we're in. Because in so many years to come, people are going to say, yes, Adetutu VOJ was here.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
See you some other time. We'll connect again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, that was Adetutu VOJ, the legend of our time, somebody that is doing great things for the Lord and somebody that is changing her generation for good. Thank you so much for being a part of this show today, Voice of an Angel. We still have some more shows to come. We'll be having one on Tuesday. Please join us on Tuesday also. Glory Kings is going to be on the show to tell us a bit about her ministry. And also next week, Saturday, we're on. Don't miss any one of our programs because you're going to be blessed. Thank you so much for joining us today. See you some other time. Bye.
I was confused. I didn't know what to do. Seems so meaningless. Battles here and there, they never seem to end. But then God showed up. He changed my story. And now I am free. My life's a testimony. Life threw me around and I was down. Pain was all I found. All I could see, all I could feel, fear was dragging me. But I'm glad God showed up. He changed my story. And now I can sing. My life's a testimony. You are thank you, Lord. You make
At
a
World Remit, we understand what the journey is about. How it can sometimes take a little distance to bring us a little closer together. With ways to save more when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.